Hiya gang, some years ago now, Jimmy Broadbent attempted to beat Kimi Raikkonen's stunning pole position lap at the Italian Grand Prix 2018. That at the time was the fastest Formula 1 lap in history, with an average speed of 163.7 miles an hour. There's been a changing of the guard since then in Lewis Hamilton. In 2020, the 7-time champ set a lap time of 1 minute 18.8 with an average speed of 164.2 miles an hour, and that stands today as the fastest F1 lap in history. So I think it's only fair that someone else has a crack at trying to beat that time, that someone being me. There is, however, one small problem. That problem being that I am in Gran Turismo Sport's Mercedes F1 W08 EQ, Lewis's and Valtteri's 2017 Challenger. So I'm using a 2017 Mercedes F1 car to try and beat Lewis's Mercedes 2020. Now, in theory, I should be able to get close because if you think about it, Kimi's lap and Lewis's lap, although some years apart, it's fractions of a second. So the performance is hopefully in the car. Only thing left to do is set a banker lap time, which I'm gonna do now. Right, I'm mega excited for this. I haven't touched this car for some years now, so it's going to take me a few laps to get up to speed with just the braking needed and the cornering speed. Look at that, the foot absolutely planted coming out of parabolica for the first time. Going up through the gears, I've made some slight adjustments already going into this because the gearbox is absolutely trash if you leave it as standard. Right, how does it behave? When am I going to have to brake? I'm just going to go slightly before the 100-meter board, just getting it slowed down. Going to clip up to second just to avoid any wheel spin coming out of the first chicane. Let's head through Curva Grande for the first time, just hugging that inside corner just to minimize track length if we can. Going to grab every bit of performance, just braking after that patch of dust on the right there, hitting those curbs. I would like to be able to get a bit more over the curbs if I can. Look at the speed you can carry through there. That's incredible. Such a joy to drive. Let's have a go. Let's push it a bit more. I'm on the curb. On the curb, which has shunted me left. Heading down to, what is it, Ascari now? Yeah, Ascari. Oh, I'm slightly late on the brakes, which has just sent me too deep into that corner, but the thing's planted. It does deal with it quite nicely. Head into Parabolica. We're already at Parabolica for the second time on this lap. How is it going to be? We're going to brake at the 50. It's not quite got the front end that I hoped that would be there. Maybe some adjustments to be made. 120, we're already well over Lewis Hamilton. 125.1 for my first lap. I've got some serious time to make up. Let's start tuning because we're going to need to find some time quick. Righty-ho then, guys. So I have made some changes to the front ride height. I've increased it a little bit just to get me clearing some of these curbs a little bit better. Hopefully that will transpire into the car. I've also changed anti-roll bar settings, front and rear, softened the car up a little bit just to get us absorbing those curbs a little bit better. Looking at the 100-meter board, nice and easy on the brakes. Didn't quite clip. That was better. Didn't react as well as I would like, but we're through turn one cleanly. That's the main thing. We're going to start building confidence now. Going through Curva Grande, trying to see what sort of maximum speed we can almost get up to 200 miles an hour just before we hit the brakes at the 200-meter board. Skip and a skip over the curbs. Still not reacting as well as I would like. That could be just a feature of this car. I'm not sure until we gather more data. Second Lesmo, how's it going to behave? It's absolutely planted through there. I love it. Heading down then to Ascari. Got a bit of breathing room. See what sort of speed we can get up to. Hopefully reaching 200 before we have to nail the brakes at the 100-meter board. Oh, slight lift of the throttle there, just to make sure. that I got through there cleanly. Not ideal for top speed heading down to Parabolica. What sort of time is it going to be? Hopefully I can nail this corner. Oh, that's too early. Too early on the throttle. We'll complete the lap just to see what it would have been. A 25, almost 25 dead. That's an improvement. 2 tenths up. Right, okay. I think with a little less nattering, I can get some bit better performance out of this. Almost 5 tenths up. That was better through Ascari there. 5 tenths up, there it is. Let's complete this lap, and then we'll do a bit more tuning. That was nicely tucked in, nicely on the throttle as well. Just coming out of there, I'm going to hug to the inside just to reduce that track. Almost 6 tenths, yeah, there it is, 6 tenths over the line at 24.4. Let's tune some more, see what more lap time we can gain. Let's go. Radio then, gang, so I've made some suspension and aero changes this time. I've noticed that the aero front and rear wings were set just way too high for Monza. I was just sapping performance coming down these straights, so I've reduced them down to the minimums, front and rear, just to try and gain some free performance. But the counter argument to that is that we're going to lose performance in the corners. The braking zones are going to be different now, and the cornering speed, so we're just going to be a bit mindful of that going into turn 1 and the rest of the corners. Get it slowed down over that first curb, tuck it in for that next one. That's nicely through there, that's better. It's not reacted as well as I would like coming out in second, that's better. Third, up through the gears. I think what I need is just a few laps to get to grips with this car. I keep dapping out into the settings and it's ruining my momentum. How's the lap time? 24.6. Let's go again. I think I need to just shut up for a minute and put a lap together. It's a mild improvement, but improvement nonetheless. A 24.5. Let's go again. Even quicker for Ascari that time. Almost a 10th. There's the 10th up. How am I going to get to 118 though? It's just such fine margins. Oh man, I may need some additional help here. I've been tinkering for a little while now, and you can just see the lap times. It's incremental gains here and there, but I need some additional help. Whoa. So I've gone in search of some help, and I've come across HSG Automotive. You may have heard of him. Cracking YouTube channel, the most beautiful sounding voice on the internet, and he's done something with this car called a gearbox flip. I've not heard this term before, but essentially what it does is turns the gearbox from an 8-speed semi-automatic to a 5-speed, and this really does help because there's something weird going on with the gearbox. 7th and 8th gear almost combined together. I don't think the full potential is coming out of the gearbox. So with this 5-speed, we're also not going to be ramming down the gears as often. So there's less to think about through the corners. Also, I've changed the goalpost a little bit. I don't think a 119 is remotely possible. The fastest, I think the 2017 cars were perhaps a little bit slower than the 2018 cars. So what I've done is I've had a look at what the fastest is. Difficult because qualifying was wet back in 2017. Monza Grand Prix the Monza Grand Prix, Italian Grand Prix at Monza was a wet qualifying, so it's difficult to say what the fastest lap time was. So I've just gone for the fastest overall lap time that weekend, which happens to be Valtteri Bottas's 1 minute 21.4. So that's the new target I'm aiming for in this car. From what I can see though, anything in the 122s is going to be an astonishing lap. I'm lapping in the 24s at the moment, so I have got to find myself at least a couple of seconds around Monza. Hopefully this setup will find me the time. Let's go. Just going to try and keep off those curves a little bit, because I think I'm losing a lot of traction off the exit of some of these corners. It's 23.9 though, and that was a rough lap as well. We got more time in this. Let's get it over that first corner. That was better. Oh, slight bit of oversteer on the exit of the corner. We're 4 tenths, nearly 5 tenths up, coming out the first chicane. So that's a cracking start to the lap. 6 tenths up. The 122 is on. Push, push, push. No, I've just caught the grass. We're almost a second up. I just saved that as well. Just caught the grass on corner entry, but let's got ready to go. Let's concentrate. One second up. 1.2 seconds up. We're in the 22s. 122.7. That's a cracking lap. Oh, I feel like I've got more in this. Let's go. Come on, battery Bottas, I'm coming for you, baby. I want to be here just one more time for you. I really do. I'm trying so hard. That's why the lap times you can see on the right are just so inconsistent, because I'm just pushing on every single corner and I just make the slightest mistake and I go off. I've got an improvement in me. I know it. I know it's there. For so long. Oh man, I think I kept it in the white line at the end. Oh my words, man, I've been trying for so long. Lap 26 at 22.559. That's the best I can muster up. It's over a second off of Valtteri, but bloody hell.